for something like immunization. So now it's time for intervention. Traditional methods have failed in addressing this challenge. At the same time, we have seen technology growing and penetrating to the grassroots level. Let's see how technology can help in prevention and management of chronic diseases. If I take a look at a very basic level, technology can help in medication adherence. Adi talked about yesterday the kind of impact adherence to medication causes in United States. Over $300 billion are lost because of lack of adherence to medication. Technology can lead to relieving the stress. It can create online communities and promote right food habits. Telehealth, mHealth, gamification, and sensor devices. We have been hearing about these since yesterday. There have been a lot of pilots done around all of these technologies, and these pilots have given really good and encouraging results. However, have these technologies been used to their full potential? Will these technologies be able to create the kind of impact that a phenomena like Facebook, which in a few years has touched 800 million lives? Will these technologies be able to touch that many lives? Yes, but the missing link is social media. Why is social media so powerful? Look at the number of users on Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. When we talk about the social media, it's not just Facebook, it's group of people with common interests coming together. Instead of just communication, it's about interaction and dialogue. There was a recent news that 1/3 of the time Indians spend on internet is on social media. This is an excellent image from TED, which demonstrates how easy it is for one person or one message to reach millions using the platform of social media. Here are a few examples of social media sites that are very active in healthcare. If I take just one example, patients like me, here patients with similar diseases come together, share their experiences, and learn from each other. Dr. Ganpati mentioned yesterday there are thousands of apps that are out there already. There are applications on education, on wellness, on lifestyle. But what needs to happen is doctor prescribing these apps and chronic disease management programs the way they prescribe medicines today. We have seen a lot of sensors. We have heard about sensors, biosensors, glow caps, and we heard about them yesterday as well. Only thing I want to add here is that these sensors lead to closed loop communication between a doctor and patient, between a patient and caregiver, which is very powerful. Gamification in healthcare. When I first heard about it, I thought it's just a marketing gimmick. However, if I think further, this is nothing new. Sports and games have been part of our routine since ages. Our parents have always been encouraging kids to go out and play in order to remain healthy. Social gaming platforms create a social infrastructure to perform, leverage human emotions, and brings together friends and families. Social gaming can do wonders in terms of reducing obesity, on-time medication, ensure and encourage regular healthcare checkups. So now we converge and see what's the road to intervention. Key to prevention is education and influence. Educating the patient and influencing the patients. Key to prevention and management is using new age technology-driven interventions that we talked about, including telehealth, mHealth, gamification, and sensors. All of these, coupled with social media, lead to a sustainable framework, a framework which will manage health needs for chronically ill and ensure healthy population stays healthy. With this, I'll hand it over to my colleague Manish who will walk through and take a look at how much possible it is to use these technologies in Indian environment. Manish.
Thanks, Lalit. So we looked at, the technology that exists today. Now each one of us sitting here is using technology every day, every moment. But are we using it for healthcare? Not each of us. But would we like to use it? Yes, we would. But is there an ecosystem that exists today? No. I am suffering from obesity. I have tried every possible app that has existed on iTunes. The result shows there's no impact. What's missing? I use an app. My doctor is not on that app. My friends are not there. My family is not there. I don't have the support system. Technology is present. The ecosystem is missing. So here's the technology that's present. 33% rural density. It's a good number. We need not be worried about it. Healthcare in India is about family. It's not an individual event. So if one person in a family, if he has a phone, I can reach the life of a family. But we still talk about technology is missing, so let's stop worrying about it. A person sitting in a rural village can operate his hand pump using a simple SMS. But he can't manage his health with that SMS. We say you will need a cloud, you will need an app to do that. Why can't he use this simple SMS to manage his health? Innovation is what we need to focus on. Dr. Lee left us with innovation yesterday. But we as a nation are expert at improvisation. We have Jugaad built into our DNA. We can improvise. We can improvise the way we can deliver health. We'll have to improvise how can we touch 1.2 billion lives and make sure healthcare reaches them. What innovation truly is, it's about commercializing the technology, making sure we deliver technologies that Lalit spoke to the hands of 1.2 billion Indians so that they can use it every day. And how do we do it? We can do it in India class at Dr. Ganpati Says. So Dr. Lee showed us how Twitter was used in a developed nation for public health. Here's the improvisation. We use Twitter for collecting blood. Each one of us would have get an email asking for a blood donation. That's using technology for healthcare. That's Indianization. Now, Indianization is core for a business to survive in India. When McDonald's came into India, they have to Indianize their menu. They introduced new things. So we'll have to Indianize. So let's look at some simple technologies. Innovation is all about simplicity. There was a recent project in Gujarat, eMamta. They used a simple SMS to create a closed-loop communication to reduce maternal mortality. That's simplicity, that's innovation. Agriculture sector saw a huge revolution with eChaupal by ITC. Why can't we replicate same thing? It's reciprocity, it's analogy. That's innovation. We will have to innovate, we will have to improvise. Now, in the interest of time, I will wrap this up in a minute, 30 seconds. So something is missing. We talk about teledensity, penetration. Where has it come from? There was a regulatory incentive, a push to get that teledensity. Same is needed for telemedicine and technology. And all we consumers need to stand up and say, we need our electronic records we need our records in a digital format. What will have ecosystem to do? They will have to come onto a technology platform because it's a consumer demand. That is what we'll have to do. And as I leave, I will leave you with an Indian way to follow for healthcare. Be empathetic towards Indian situation. Do not emulate, but innovate. Rather, improvise solutions for Indian setting. And last, collaborate. As Dr. Sangeeta Reddy said, we are here to collaborate, deliberate, and we'll have to do this going forward. Thank you.
Sorry, and thank you very much. I've been a very rude chairperson. It's just that we inherited a loss of time, and then we had to make up for this time. So on behalf of the organizers, I would like to thank our panelists and our speakers who have provided us information, starting with Professor Jay Mohan, who spoke to us about e-learning and its importance, and particularly focusing on undergraduate education. And then we had Dr. Soni reaching out through this visual 3D images on how we can improve the surgical skill sets of our surgeons, and particularly to do complex surgeries of neurosurgery, cardiac surgery, as well as tumor ablation surgeries. And we also have a wonderful presentation by Professor Evelyn about telementoring, which is a new terminology I learned today, and that's wonderful when we can be, managing our postgraduates as well as our undergraduates on a 1:1 basis and continuing the education as such. And also we have had Mr. Gautam Kumar Sahaji of CDAC presenting to us about how through web-enabled concept mapping is able to reach far corners of India and also through the world. And also we have this chronic disease management. In fact, we've got the undergraduates, the postgraduates, the teachers, the most important stakeholder, that is our patients, involved in this entire process of education. So I thank our speakers for having spent their time in preparing this lecture and in a very short period presenting it to the audience. Also, on behalf of the audience, may I thank you all for this wonderful participation. And so now I hand the stage over to the organizers.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Thank you, Doctor. The next session, session 9, is about mHealth, and our chairperson for the session is Dr. Arun Rai, someone who needs very little introduction, but I'll still do my bit to do that. Dr. Arun Rai is the Regents Professor, which is the highest recognition bestowed upon an academic in the state of Georgia.